In this video, we will cover advanced chord progressions, using grooves loops, using rhythm chords loops, using specialty chords loops. The loops pack we are using for this tutorial is Piano Ballads Volume 1. You can download a free Easy Songwriter Song Construction Loops demo pack. The free demo loops pack contains all the necessary loops for you to follow along with these tutorials. Visit our website at piano-loops.com.
Hi, in this tutorial, we're going to look at how you combine all of the different loop types that come with Easy Songwriter loop packs. We'll use grooves, rhythm chords, and specialty chord loops. I'll open the EZS Piano Ballads demo folder. This folder contains the 3 different loop types. Let's take a look inside the rhythm chords folder. There are 15 different rhythms available. I'll open 8th note arpeggio up-down. This demo version contains 4 chords for each rhythm. In the paid version, there are 20. Each rhythm chord loop plays 1 chord for 1 bar. I'll drag all 4 chords into my media bin to import them. The first chord I'll grab and drag on my timeline is C major. I'm going to build a C to G, A minor to F progression. I'll drag in the G chord. Next, A minor and F major. For the purpose of keeping this demo short, I'll leave this as a 4-bar progression. I'll use this section as the intro, but before I go into the verse section, I want to add a slight pause. I'm going to do that by bringing in a specialty chord loop. Next, I'll open the specialty chords folder. There are 2 types of loops here I can use to create a pause. I can use either a sustained chord or a rolled sustained chord. Let's go with rolled. I want to sustain on the 5 chord, so I'll choose G major. And I'll drag that in and drop it right behind my intro. And I'll throw in some markers real quick to keep track of where we're at. I'll put an intro marker. I'll add a marker for this pause break. And I'll add another marker for where the verse starts. And now to build my verse, I'm going to use grooves. Grooves are essentially chord progression loops. Each loop is a progression containing 2 chords. I'll open the grooves folder. The paid product contains 7 grooves. For this demo, we include 1. And by the way, the grooves in Groove 3 in the demo is the complete set that's found in the paid product. I'm going to build the verse with Feel 1 2-bar loops. Each loop contains 2 chords that play for 1 bar each. My progression is going to be A minor to F, C to G. I'll grab the A minor to F progression, drag it into my bin, and then into my timeline. My next progression is C to G, so I'll drag that into my bin and then into my timeline. To keep things short, I'll leave this as a 4-bar progression, but next I'll build a 1-bar pre-chorus. I'll add a marker, and what I want to do for the pre-chorus is a slight rhythm change with a build going into the chorus. To do that, I'll go back to the specialty chord loops. I'll grab a loop from the crescendo build chords. The last chord of the verse was a G, and I want to keep that G going on the build. I've grabbed a G major build, and I'll drag that into my timeline. Next, I'll build the chorus. I'll insert a marker. And for the chorus, I'm going to go back to a 1, 5, 6 minor 4 progression, or C to G, A minor to F. I'm going to go back to the grooves for the chorus, and I'll use Feel 2 2-bar loops for the chorus. Feel 2 uses 2 notes on the bass and has a stronger feel that I'm looking for here. I'll grab the C to G progression and pop that over on my timeline. And next I'll grab A minor to F and drag that in. And I'll move that over on the timeline. And to keep it short, I'll leave that as the chorus and add an ending. I'll give it a marker. To create my ending, I'm going to go back to the specialty chord loops. I could use any loops, of course, but the specialty chord loops have several types of loops designed for endings. There's a folder titled Endings, Retard Endings. You can also use sustained chords. I'll just grab an ending from the Endings folder. I'll go with C major pop ballad ending 2. I'll drag that into my timeline. And there we have it, a very basic song arrangement. Shorter, of course, than a real song, but you get the idea of how to use the various loop types to create variety within a song. Let's listen to what we've got. Okay, pretty good, but there's a couple of sections that could be a little bit better. With just a little bit of editing, we can improve this. Notice that our sustain chord on the intro is stronger than the chord before or after it. This happens because the sustain chords have a velocity or strength to fit a lot of different situations. All we have to do to remedy this is to measure the velocity of the preceding chord. It reads 79. The next step is to measure the velocity of the sustained chord. It reads 85. We need to lower the velocity of the sustained chord. That way, we won't notice any volume differences. In fact, I want the sustained chord to be even softer. I'll select the sustained chord and open the Change Velocity window. Your software may do it differently, but the concept is the same. I'll subtract 20 from the overall velocity. Now let's check out the difference. Now the transition is perfect with no volume jumps. We have a similar problem on the build. Let's listen. The chorus sounds quieter after the build. We need to reduce the velocity of the build. Let's measure the velocity of the chord that follows the build and the build. The velocity of the first hit of the chorus is 80. The velocity of the last hit of the build is 94. As you can see, we have a difference of 14. As before, I'll select the build and open the Change Velocity window. I'll subtract 14 from the velocity of the build. And let's give this a listen. That's a much better transition, and now the chorus comes on strong without being overshadowed by a build that was too loud.
In the next video, we will cover advanced chord progressions and loop editing, creating custom chord progressions using all loop types, creating a split bar progression using 3 chords, combining grooves, rhythms, and specialty chord loops. You can download a free Easy Songwriter Song Construction Loops demo pack. The free Demo Loops pack contains all the necessary loops for you to follow along with these tutorials. Visit our website at piano-loops.com.